Welcome to But I'm a Lesbian, the podcast where we serve alt baddie sass, queer film reviews, and everything in between. Whether you were a baby gay
or a queer elder, we're here, we're queer, and we're diving deep into all things lesbian. We're your hosts, Caitlin
and Angelina.
Get ready for some sapphic serotonin. So on today's episode, we are discussing the 2016 Brazilian short-ish film about two women meeting. It is narrated and directed and also written by Oswaldo Montenegro. And it's available on YouTube. Since this movie features someone with a hidden talent, I was inspired to ask you, Angelina, if you have any hidden talents.
No. I have no hidden talents.
Dang. Nothing like any like...
I don't know if it's a talent, and I don't know if I'm like actually, but ever since I was younger, like I remember one time going to the doctor, and you know when you sit on like the little table, I was just like leaning because I was kind of tired of like sitting upright. I had bad posture too as a kid, so I'd be like, and they'd be like, sit up, and I'm like, my back fucking hurts. So I'd go like I'd lean, but apparently my elbow like went in, and the doctor was like, oh my god, that's so weird. It looks like your elbow's like breaking, and I was like, oh, she's like, are you double jointed? And I was like, girl, no, I don't think so. And I always thought about that, and I felt like kind of like self-conscious because sometimes in pictures when I'm like leaning on something, my elbow's like in, and they're like, are you okay? But it feels like comfortable, so I don't know. Okay. It's not talent, it's just
it's kind of like more like a party trick.
Yeah, I'm like, look at my elbow twists.
Have you heard or seen the TikTok videos about septum arms?
Septum arms?
Okay, I don't really know what it means. I think I have them because it's like a body shaming type of thing. Like, and I think it means when you have like your like elbow is kind of like a little bit like that. Like it's not like a skinny person elbow.
Wait, let me see.
I don't know. It's like a little fat roll on my elbow. I don't know. Tell me what septum arms are, but and if I have them, please don't be mean about it. But it's okay. But I think that's what it means.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Is that your
my special talent is having chubby elbows. No, it is interesting though because my whole life I've never been like skinny. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking the other day about like skinny people's knees, and they're so weird looking to me because I've always had chunky person knees, and with skinny people's knees are so bony. And then the same with like skinny armpits. Mm-hmm. They really are a pit. They really go
like
in.
The actual yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's never. I have regular little. Mid-sized, chubby bunny. I don't know. Armpits. I don't know. It's just something interesting that I learned the other day. And I guess to each their own about their armpits. I like my armpits. I'm thinking I'm gonna get them tattooed, but I'm scared.
That'd be so cool. I want to. But are you ticklish? Like, do you think it'd be like kind of hard?
Ticklish.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be hard to like sit just because like
I think it would just hurt. I think I'd be like.
You're like, ow. I'm worried about what if it doesn't necessarily hurt so much, but it tickles because I hate that. And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry. I will just pay you for the inconvenience, but I can't go through with this.
Do you get like ticklish when you get pedicures?
Yes. Which is why I stopped getting them because I felt really bad. Like, when you're wiggling and they're looking at you like,
I was like,
no. The last time I got it, which was like years ago, I went with my friend and I was struggling so hard to keep my foot like still, but I was just like, no, stop, because I don't want to make it harder for them. And so she was doing it. She's like laughing because she's like, oh, you're ticklish. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. And I thought she was going to say something about that. But apparently she said my foot is too curved. So she was hitting it to make it flat. And I was like, she's like, uncurve your foot. And I was like, that's my foot.
What?
Like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not curving it. Like, it's just regular. And she was like hitting it. She was like punching it. And I was like, okay.
Why would she be so
She's like, huh.
She's like, I've had it with people's feet.
She was punching my foot. And I was like, okay, kind of. Okay. I was like, oh, but she's like.
This is like a violent massage.
She was like genuinely like curious. She's like, why? And I was like, what do you mean, why? I was like, I don't know. She was convinced that I was like flexing my foot. And I was like, that would hurt me, but okay.
That's so weird. I'm sorry that happened.
It's okay. Now I don't go anymore. I'll just take care of my curved feet at home.
Yeah. I can do my own hair. What was I going to say? I guess I don't have any secret talents either, so I was hoping you did with this question.
I know.
I do have, well, I can sing like Jessica Simpson. We established that.
Yes.
It's actually probably not as good. I think it's more like Britney Spears during like her auto-tune era. Okay. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, babe. But anyone can do that. You just have to be breathy. You're welcome. I'm waiting for my record deal. No, but I do have cool like body talents. Like since you mentioned that. Okay, let me see if I can do it.
I'm curious.
I can look like Voldemort. I can suck my nostrils in.
Okay, I need to see this.
Okay.
Lock in, Caitlin. Oh my God!
Is that stupid? I used to always do it when I was a kid to show people.
Were they like, oh my God, Caitlin? You look exactly.
No, Voldemort wasn't even a thing yet. That's how old I am. But I used to always do it. But okay, another thing I can do. My wife is probably going to be mad at me for showing this, but I'm going to show it.
I'm like, what are you going to show?
I could do the belly roll, like a belly dancer.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to like bleep this.
Can you see? Can they see?
Oh my God, Shakira, your hips don't lie.
I can do it.
Oh my God, you
it's
actually
like a little hard to talk. While I do it, because it's like moving my little stomach muscles that are under my layer of fat.
That is a hidden talent if I ever saw one.
Yes. So I'm available for belly dancing gigs. That's the only thing I can do.
Your nose.
And if you want me to go on stage and show people my nose trick, I can do that too. When I was in school, there was like... I didn't do this in the talent show.
Okay,
but there were talent shows, in elementary school.
Yeah.
And one kid did nose singing.
Oh.
And that was his talent. So he had the microphone really close to his nose, and he would go like... like something like that.
So he was just humming?
Like humming and moving your nostrils? I don't know what he's up to these days.
He still knows singing.
Did you ever do a talent show?
I did do a talent show, but as a class, not like by myself. We did a lot of plays actually. I used to like doing it, even though I was like very shy. But once it started, I locked in and I was like doing everything right. And I would get mad at the other people, like my other classmates, for not like taking it seriously. Like I'd look around and I'm like, you're fucking up the rhythm right now. I was like, I don't like this. But we did the last one I think we did was like reciting the states, that song.
Alabama,
Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. I still do it sometimes just to see if I can remember it. I know I'm missing a couple states, but that one stuck with me because I was like just like breaking through, and then they stopped doing like class ones, and I was too nervous to do like the actual one by myself. What about you? Did you do like the class, talent shows?
We did class ones. We did one where I was a clock. So like they put like a square board around my face that had like numbers, and then they painted my face like white with like arrows or whatever. And my job was to go.
That sounds like fun.
That's all I did the whole time. In the background, they were like, "We need a job for this weird girl."
You're like. They're like, clock it.
They were like, yes. Another time I did a talent show with my friends, and it was like 3rd grade, and we did this song. I don't think this is a copywritten song. It's like, on top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese.
Oh, okay, that sounds familiar.
I lost my poor meatball.
Oh?
When somebody sneezed. And then my friend was a meatball. We put
Did she roll when you sneezed?
Yes!
Okay, that's
we
cute.
put her in like this big outfit and filled it with newspaper, and then she rolled around the stage while me and my friend sang the song.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I think I really, really wanted to do Christina Aguilera, but I can't sing like Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
So I'm glad that I didn't do that. But
I
wanted to
done
do
the lip
it.
sync,
I didn't, yeah. Okay, we did do, I think we did this for a talent show, I can't remember, but Britney Spears, Crazy. We
Oh.
made a whole dance, and I think we did it for the talent show, and we got to wear like body glitter and stuff. And I just remember it started with like a whoop and then like a whoop. Like that. It was really cool.
If you want to see the full dance, you have to subscribe.
I'm going to try to remember it. I remember doing it. Like, I remember showing all of my parents' friends. I was like really proud.
You're like, look at this cool
we
dance.
choreographed this dance. This was also during the era of like Coyote Ugly. So I was like, I'm going to grow up and dance on tables.
You were inspired.
Yeah. By Piper Perabo.
Yes.
Okay. Anywho, we can talk about this actual movie. So before we take our little break, I want to talk about any hot takes or burning desires that you have about this film.
Okay, so again, spoilers, obviously. Watch the movie. If not, then you're going to have to be okay that it's spoiled. But
this is why we tell them the week before.
Yeah, I know.
So
we're like, go watch it.
But
I don't want them to be like, in case they're like, well, you're reviewing, you should wait till the end and they can skip. And then they're like, you didn't give us a warning. So it's a spoiler.
True. Spoiler alert.
I do think that Anna should have told Laura about like, I was fucking your husband, but I didn't know that was your husband.
That is a big spoiler. That's like the big thing.
That's like the main thing. But I do think
it's
that's
like
true.
You're telling us he was dead the whole time, like Sixth Sense.
I know. I was like, I'm spoiling the whole movie. Which is why I'm like, spoiler.
To be fair, this movie's from 2016. So
yeah, so if you haven't seen it,
it's like
then
almost a decade old.
Yeah, you can't like. Movies that you've seen, and then like you're like, do you want me to tell you? And I'm like, yeah, I'll still watch it, but tell me what happens,
Yeah.
But I do think she should have, because then her excuse was also like, I am gonna hate myself forever more than you're gonna hate me because you're better than me, but I'm gonna hate myself, and you're not angrier than I am at myself for not telling you.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I was
either.
like, girl, okay.
I agree. I said this and I felt it at the time, but I don't know if I was being a little harsh.
Oh.
I said that they're both unhinged and deserve each other. Because
I can see that.
I didn't really like either of them. I thought they were both like kind of annoying. And who lets this weird random lady into her house when she said she didn't even want to hang out? Yeah. Still weird. And then she started quoting her own poetry to her, which was supposed to be a secret.
And she
I would
never
have been
found
like,
out. She's like, I've only shown it to Louisa.
Yeah, so Louisa showed it to her, and then I would be mad.
No, but then she said, no, Louisa didn't show it to me.
But that's what she thought at the time, right? Because she was like, I know Louisa.
Hmm.
I don't know.
True.
I guess my hot take is that I didn't like either of them, and I think they were fine.
You're like, fuck this movie.
Yeah, I was kind of like mad. I literally thought that Angelina put this on here because she knew it was bad.
Yeah, she's
and
like, did you put this on here?
I texted her and I was like, did you put this on here to fuck with me?
She
was like, I haven't even seen it yet.
Like, I've never seen this movie. She's like Maggie and Annie, which go watch that episode.
Yeah.
Because it's a bad movie. And I did put Maggie and Annie on there because I knew you were going to
Exactly. So I was like, are you fucking with me again?
You're like, enough. Can we get good ones?
No offense to anyone that likes this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming up next, we will dissect this very interesting story piece by piece. But first, we're going to take a little break. So take this time to write some secret gay poetry yourself.
Welcome back to But I'm a Lesbian. This week we are discussing The Perfume of Memory, a Brazilian short-ish film available on YouTube.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if we could call this a short film or not because I don't know what the time limit is on something being short, but it's an hour and 12 minutes. So that's definitely like short to me. It's not like a regular length movie is like 90 minutes-ish, I would say. Unless it's like Titanic, then it's 3 hours and 12 minutes. I think 12 minutes. I could be wrong.
The 12 minutes is necessary for that.
Yeah. It's like so sad. It's the part where like she drops him, She's like, I'll never let go. Wait, that probably isn't the last 12 minutes. Yeah. And then she gets rescued. And then at the end, she drops the diamond into the ocean. Like, why would you do that? Her whole family could be like rich forever. She's probably going to die soon. She should have given it to the granddaughter.
We stay poor, guys.
Yeah. Like the more I watch that, at first I was mad because I was like, why are you throwing things in the ocean? Like even as a 7-year-old, I was like, this seems like not good. Like don't just throw things in the ocean. But also That's worth so much money. Why would she do
Yeah.
that? I'm mad at her. Anywho, so this movie is not Titanic, but I love Titanic. We should talk about it someday. We'll just pretend that Leo was a butch lesbian.
Butch, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be into it. So this movie, we open on, I wrote, already not stoked because this is made by a man and a man is the narrator.
Oh, yeah.
So
we have to constantly hear a man.
Annoyed. Yes, he narrates the whole thing. And so we open on 2 women musicians and the male narrator talking about them. I thought that the 2 women were Anna and Laura because they're also 2 women, but the musicians that they keep showing are different women.
Yeah, me too. I thought that too. But
yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. And so he's like talking about them. Also, this has subtitles. So if anything didn't translate right, I'm sorry. This is in Portuguese and I was reading the English subtitles. But he was talking about how Anna loves books and he wants to start by talking about her. Then he shows her at a museum. She loves art. She's different, but she looks kind of basic. She's not giving
She's so quirky,
different.
guys.
But yeah, so she's artsy, right? I said she's giving Bet Porter because we have to talk about the L word every episode.
She's like the basic version of Bet Porter. I'm sorry. I'm like so offended right now. I'm like, how could you compare?
She was giving Bet Porter because he said something like, she's so moved by art. And
but
it made me think
like
of
art.
Bet crying about the art piece. I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't look like Bet Porter. I mean, she's fine. She's not ugly.
I'm
she's
like, how
just
could
not
you
Jennifer
compare?
Beals.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She wasn't even giving power lesbian. Like,
she
wasn't wearing like a power suit.
She was giving wishy-washy.
Not a fan. Okay, so she loves photography. She loves to take pictures of geese. That's what she's doing here. And it reminded me of in Hotel Reverie when the one girl, Brandy Friday, was like, look, a goose! I was like, oh my God, what, are geese gay?
Geese swans are gay. They say swans
Oh.
are gay. But they're like
geese
related in the family, aren't they?
Okay.
They're birds, so
They're
they can
like
be gay
cousins.
too. Yeah.
They're also gay.
There's a gay animal in every species.
Have we talked about bonobos?
I want to say we have talked about it, but not on here.
Okay,
probably.
they're lesbians. They be scissoring all the time.
Yeah.
This is
They
what
just want
I
to be
know.
fucking.
I'm like, I get it. I'm pretty sure they ignore the boy bonobos. They're like, why would I be with you when I could be with this other hot girl bonobo? I'm like, I agree. Then she's just different. She's like, ordinary life was not enough for her, is what he said. And so she already seems annoying. So then we meet Laura. We see her talking to her friends on the phone, and it seems like she's going through it. She's like going through a breakup. And then the narrator is like, yeah, her husband left her. And I was like, cool. I could tell she's a good actress because I could already tell that before you told me. And then we find out that she's a secret poet and she writes and hides poems so no one else can read them. And then she's at her house, and then Anna shows up at her door. So it's like she knocks on the door or rings the bell. I don't remember. And she answers, which is like, I don't answer the door at my house. Do you answer the door?
I look through the peephole, and if I know, then I open it, obviously. I'm like, even if I see you, I'm like, no. Or if it's someone that I feel like looks kind of like they need to, like, it's important, then I open it. But, like, no, usually I don't. Usually I'm just like, leave a message.
Oh my God, we literally hide. We'll be like watching TV and then somebody knocks and we're like, fuck.
They're like, turn up the TV.
And we like go and hide behind the couch or whatever. Cause you can kind of see like the little window. They could see us there. So we're like, oh no, we have to hide. Yeah, we don't answer the door. So maybe that's also part of why I thought she was unhinged. Not just that she let her in, but why did she even answer the door?
The door to begin with.
And I think it was nighttime, but I'm not sure because this seems like it goes on nighttime for hours and hours and it was already nighttime.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Anna and Laura are meeting because they have a mutual friend named Louisa. Anna recites a line from one of Laura's poems to her, and Laura's like, what the fuck? How do you know my secret poetry? And she just replies with more quotes from her poems, which I thought was like annoying.
Yeah.
And Laura's like, that was a different era. I'm not in my poetry era right now. But I think it's because it was like a love poem and she's like heartbroken.
Yeah.
So she's like, that was not this era of my life, you know? Like Fletcher being like, when I was in my queer era.
She's like, my queer era.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Okay. So then she's like, that was a different era. I want to be left alone. Bye. And Anna's like, wait, I got you flowers. And she's like, oh, thank you.
She's like, come in.
And so Anna starts telling her about the meaning of the flowers. She's like, I'm not just going to give you flowers. I want to explain the flowers to you. She's like, we carry flowers in our souls. And Laura's like, okay, well, my soul is a cactus garden right now. And instead of taking that as like a bad thing, Anna is like, a cactus is very strong. And she's like, my intuition says that your soul is more like lilies because they represent the loss of a strong love. And it's like, bitch, Louisa told you a lot about me.
Looking back, that's diabolical to be saying all that shit, knowing like I fucked your husband, all this shit. But she's like, no, like
I don't like this. I didn't like it even when I didn't realize
we
that
didn't.
Yet.
Yeah, when we didn't know.
But Laura seems to like appreciate that, and then she lets her in, and she says, "Yeah, you can come in," even though she didn't want to be around anyone. And then Laura and Anna are talking, and she's like, oh, well, what do you know about me? Or I know from Louisa that you're really into art. And so they're just like talking about like, what have you heard about me? Blah, blah, blah. Anna says, oh, I have a husband named Bernard. And I was like, ew, I thought this was a lesbian movie. Why do they both have husbands?
Like, Bernard. And I was like, married to a man? Really?
I'm so annoyed. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know. So then Anna tells Laura that her father left her when she was young and she never looked for him. And I was like, is this going to be accidental incest? I was like, what the fuck is this flowers in the attic shit?
Thought?
I thought it was her sister. I thought it was going to be her sister.
And that would have been a plot twist. Plot twist, yeah.
Plot tits.
Plot tits. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just thinking about tits. I'm so sorry.
No,
I didn't even realize until you repeated it to me. And I was like, plot twist.
Plot tits. Okay. So, no, I was like, oh no, I hope they don't do anything then if they are going to be sisters, but they're not sisters. So anyway, she just wanted to tell her about how her dad left her. And then, they start talking about astrology, and Laura is a Taurus, I think a Taurus rising, but they're talking about it a lot. Like, so I don't know if she's also like a Taurus sun or
she's a triple Taurus.
She's all Taurus. Okay. And then Anna is like being weirdly aggressive about astrology. And then she's like, actually, I don't even believe in that. And I was like, I already thought this bitch was annoying. So now I'm extra annoyed with her because
she's extra.
It's like she wants to fight about it. And then she's like, just kidding. I literally don't even care.
Me when I was younger.
Like, I'm mad. And so then they start doing like photo shoots of each other and they're like listening to music. They're just like talking and talking. And the narrator describes their instant connection as affinity. And Anna tells Laura that she has an open relationship. And I was like, oh, I was waiting for that when they said she had a husband. And then they tell each other about everyone that they sleep with. Oh, yeah. Anna and her husband tell each other about everyone they sleep with. So it's like open relationship. She does say that she would never want to fall in love with someone else. Like if it got too serious, she would
like
go back to Bernard.
Yeah.
She cuts it off and goes back to Bernard.
She's like, out of respect for my husband, our pact that's very sacred, I just fuck other people, but I don't want to be with them. And then she's like, so you're just, and he cheats on you too. She's like, so you guys are both cheating on each other. And she's like, do you have sex with your husband? And she's like, no. She's like, we don't. Like, I have no desire. She's like, I have no desire to sleep with him. And I was like, girl, the signs are there.
Yes. And so Laura's like, why don't you just break up? Like, if you don't. And she's like, because you need something eternal in your life, basically. Yeah. And that Laura is like, it seems like you're just being a coward and you don't have the courage to break up with him. And Anna kind of like agrees with her. Yeah. So whatever. And then Laura asks, like, what would you do if you met someone that you love passionately? That's where I was saying. She's like, I would cut them off and I would go back to Bernard. And then we cut to them playing darts, and then they show the two women musicians again, which is like really cringe to me, and it keeps taking me out of the moment every time they do that. Also, I don't know if this has happened yet. I think it has. They have fucking crickets in the background the whole time. Crickets. Like, it's aggressive. Yeah. And my dogs were really mad. Like, they did not like it. Like,
they didn't like it at all.
No, they didn't like it. First, my wife didn't like it. First of all, she was like, "Oh my god, these
so
crickets are so annoying." And then the dog started like barking, and like I was like, "Oh, they don't like the crickets either." So yeah, they shouldn't have put the crickets in there.
You're like, side note.
My thought. They were trying to be like, "Look, she lives in this beautiful house by nature
with a lot of fucking crickets.
With a lot of crickets." So I was like, "Ugh." And so then after their the musicians, they show that they also start doing like weird miming things and like faces.
They're
like
just
they'll go like
yeah.
Like, I don't know why they do it. It's so weird. I was like,
because they're drunk.
Is this a comedy? No, the musicians. Are they drunk?
Yeah, they're probably drunk too, honestly. Maybe. I think you're talking about them when they're doing the photo shoot and then they were like, like.
Maybe they were doing that too. And then they do this psychology game with like, where you have to say like, oh, you like are going up to like a body of water and then you see like an animal and blah, blah, blah. And then those like the different things describe you. And of course, because Anna's kind of a creep. One of them has to do with how you view sex or whatever. And I was like, oh, because she's just trying to get in her pants. I was like, I don't like that.
Because she's like, I slept with lots of women.
Yes, then she said that. Yeah. And so she's like, this reveals that Laura is not afraid of sex, but she's also not forward. And so then they're like, just like, more playing around. This is what I mean. Literally, like hours and hours go by.
Of like doing like
of just like
everything.
It's like they're having like a fun slumber party, which is like cool. Yeah. That is like, I think a big fun part about being a lesbian is like every night is like a slumber party. Yeah. It's always girls' night. I love it. It's always girls' night at my house. And we can like, do masks together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, wait,
yeah. Like all kinds of things. Anyway, so Laura says sometimes she wants to be like Anna. And Anna's like, no, it's actually a lot of work to be like me.
Oh my God. She's insufferable. She's like, you don't want to be me.
Yeah.
Like,
life is so hard. I'd be fucking your husband. It's so hard. Anyway, then Laura's like, oh my God, I love church. And she's like, are you religious? And she's like, no, I just love church. And I'm like,
I just love the idea of church.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. That felt random to me, but maybe it had a reason. Also, I don't know if we were supposed to understand this in the beginning, but I didn't get it until like halfway through the movie. It's Laura's birthday.
Yeah, so, it is her. She says like in the during the call, she's like, it's my birthday. Yes, whatever. Like she's talking to her friends and she's like, understand me. If you know me, I love you guys, but I want to spend it alone. Like, wow. And you guys should respect that. And clearly
I missed that part. And then her husband that left her keeps calling her, and it makes a little more sense because I guess he's calling because it's her birthday, and he like doesn't want her to be alone on her birthday, and he's like, I'm sad that you're sad, and then she's like, you're the one that made me sad. Yeah, like you don't. He's like, I just don't want you to be like
sad on your birthday.
I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, he's an asshole. So the narrator says this thing that I think he thinks is very clever. He says, one lives in the house of courage and one in the house of fear, but they're about to switch. So we're like, oh, foreshadowing.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Anna gives Laura a Russian nesting doll, and then they're playing with it. I thought that was going to be important, but I don't think it was. But I really like those little dolls. I call them little babushkas. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because they look like little grandmas. And they're talking about young love and crushes, and then the ex calls again, and Laura is like talking to him. And then after she hangs up, she's crying, and Anna tries to comfort her, and she's like, you haven't experienced this, so you don't understand because you're too much of a wuss to break up with your husband, so you don't understand.
She's like, you're a coward. You'll never know this.
Basically. And then Anna comforts her by holding her hand and kissing her head, and then Laura puts her head in Anna's lap and rubs her back and plays with her hair, and I was like, okay,
she's
now
like,
are they going to do something?
Oh. Yeah.
I was like, are they going to do sex stuff now?
Like right after that.
Well, just because I was like, oh, her head is like in her lap.
Sad sex.
Like I was like, I mean, we watched Maggie and Annie. They kept crying when they were having sex. So I don't know. And so then Anna brings up the thing about like, would you ever be with a woman? And Laura's like, yeah, if I like really loved her, you know? And Anna's like, I've had sex with lots of women. And I was like,
she's like, just to let you know.
I don't like her. She's so annoying to me. And Laura's like, well, I never have, but like, I mean, I would if I really like the person, basically.
Yeah.
And then they talk about like one day loves and one day crushes. Like you just are really into this person for this one day. And I think that is like Anna's jam because she has Bernard.
She's a one day kind of girl.
Yeah. It makes me think of I think it's in Fight Club. They talk about single serving friends.
Oh.
Like he would make friends on the flight and like, oh, this is your friend for the flight. You hang out, but like you're never going to hang out again. Like you only met each other because you happen to be on the same flight, right? Yeah. Like it's kind of like that, but like probably with sex because Anna is just like, oh, I just fuck so many women. She's so annoying. And so Laura is like, are you trying to convince me of something? Like, are you trying to like get in my pants, basically? Yeah. And Anna's like, yeah. And then Laura's like, I wouldn't want to do anything with you because you don't want to make anything serious.
Yeah.
And then Anna changes the subject or tries to change the subject to talk about something else.
Yeah.
And then they do this whole thing where they act out the end of My Best Friend's Wedding, which I like that movie. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay. I really like it. I watched it as an adult. And I was like, oh my God, Julia Roberts' character is kind of a cunt.
Yeah, she's fucked up for that.
Yes. When I watched it,
she's trying to be happy.
Yes. Like, when I watched it as a kid, I was like on Julia Roberts' side for some reason.
Me too. I'm like, how dare he marry someone else when she's right there.
And then but then this time when I watched it as a grown-up, I was like, oh my God, Cameron Diaz's character is like sweet and she didn't do anything wrong. And then this girl is like trying to sabotage her love.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so sad. So anyway, they like act out the whole thing. And then this is how much I love Titanic. I wrote about it in here again. Then they start spinning around like in Titanic when they're like spinning and dancing. And then Laura is like, I think we could get deep, you know, that's what she mentions it again.
She tells her, she's like, yeah.
She's like, yeah, we could. And then Anna is like, should I kiss you? And Laura's like, no.
She's like, no, how about you do what you're like good at, changing the subject.
Yes. Then they walk to the beach. This is the longest night ever. Like
literally. I'm like, how close is her house to the beach?
I
like,
think she's like rich. Like, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Are there crickets at the beach? Because that doesn't seem like a beach thing, but they walk to the beach, so it must be close. Okay, so they walk to the beach. Oh yeah, Laura is like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant and I'm keeping the baby.
Yeah, she's like, does Marcos, her ex-husband, know? And that's what Anna tells her. And she's like, no. She's like, are you going to tell him? She's like, no, I'm going to have this child. And I was like, are they going to raise the child together? Like, is that where it's going? Like,
very lesbian.
Yeah.
Okay, then they hold hands while looking at the ocean. And when they get back, Anna is like, oh my God, do you have baby photos of you? Because I want to see them. Because, you know, she told her that she's pregnant. Yeah. And then they start drinking more wine. And I'm really confused because in Brazil, are you like, is it not bad to drink while you're pregnant? Because I thought you're not supposed to drink while you're pregnant. I know in
general they say that you're allowed to you're allowed to have some. I don't.
They were drinking a lot.
They were drinking a lot, but maybe she's like, I don't know. I'm not excusing it, you guys. I'm like, I do know that I'm like, you're like, I'm for women drinking while they're pregnant. No, I do know that they say you're allowed to have a couple drinks, but in like all the movies I've seen that are like sort of older too, when they're pregnant, they're just like, it's okay. It's just like my 5th like glass of wine today. It's not too much.
I thought they were like allowed to have like 1 beer a day.
I want to say it's very limited.
I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. Maybe this is because I'm a sober person, but alcohol is like a really like, it's like bad for your body. So I was judging her. I was like, you're going to keep the baby and you're exposing it to alcohol?
They've been drinking like the moment they met, literally.
Right. And I'm like, was she drinking before she got there? I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, so I was very disturbed by that. And then they start eating ice cream and it's the most giant bowl. And I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like they're both really skinny. And I was like, there's no way these bitches are going to eat that much ice cream. Like it was so heaping bowl of ice cream. So many scoops. Did you see how many scoops it was? It looked like a challenge, like an ice cream challenge. Like if you can eat all this ice cream, you win. Like you get a t-shirt and your picture on the board.
Like the contest.
Yes, that's what man versus food. That's what it was giving. I was like, who made this? Oh my God, who was it? What was the model where they like, was it Bella Hadid? the interviewer was asking him, like, what do you eat? And she's like, I love pizza.
Oh,
I have to have
was
pizza every meal.
She's like, I know what food is.
Yes, it's like everybody's like, okay,
They're like,
no
okay,
one believes
girl.
you. You could have said like every week. So then later Laura shares some of her poems with Anna, but it's like, bitch, she's already like seen them.
She's already reciting them too.
And it's like a special moment because she's being vulnerable because she's like, only you and Luisa know these.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ex-husband guy calls again.
Yeah.
And Anna answers and tells him off. Like, she takes the phone and is like, you need to leave her alone, you little asshole, blah, blah. I don't remember what she said.
Mm-hmm.
And then Laura sings for her.
Yeah, that's her hidden talent.
And I wrote, she's better than me and Jessica Simpson. Or maybe equal to Jessica Simpson. I don't know. So Anna cries and says she needs to leave. And I was like, okay, so it's because it's getting too deep. And she doesn't want things to get deep, right? And then Laura's like, are you in love? Like, are you in love with me? Which I was like, this is crazy. They just
in that
met.
entire like day. I want to know how many hours. Watch it be just like they were together for like 8 hours or something. But still, either way.
I mean, it was still dark. So say it was like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know, 2 a.m. I don't know what time
Those
it is.
2 a.m. times hit different.
Yes.
They fell in love.
And so she's like, would you resist if someone you loved gave themselves to you?
Oh, yeah.
And then she kisses Anna and tells her she doesn't want her to leave. So I was like, oh, okay, something happened.
Yeah.
And then Anna doesn't kiss her back. And I thought it was weird. And I was like, this is like uncomfortable. Like, she was being really aggressive, which I know they made a point of saying that usually Laura is not assertive with sex. But I felt like it was so weird because like Anna wasn't kissing her back. She was
just literally crying and she was like, kiss me. Like, she's like, Anna.
And I was like, this is like unwanted sexual advances. Please
she's
stop.
like, Anna, kiss me back. And then Anna's just like fucking crying.
Yes.
She's like, I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Yeah, so that was like weird.
That was weird.
And then Anna is like, okay, I gotta tell you everything. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's her sister. Like, I was like,
you're like, that's what she doesn't want to.
Sure. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is like soap opera shit. But that's not what happened. Instead, she says, oh, yeah, I just want to tell you this story about how when I first arrived in Brazil, I met this man and he showed me these poems that he wrote and they were so beautiful. Mm-hmm. But actually, it was Marcos and they were your poems and he uses your poems to fuck girls. And I had an affair with your husband, basically, and I already knew of you before Luisa ever mentioned you because I was fucking your husband.
She's like, I saw your name.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
She found out herself that it wasn't actually Marcos that wrote the things because she saw it on his laptop, whatever. Anyway, and so Laura's like, get the fuck out, you cunt. I don't know what she actually said, but that's what I wrote that she said.
She's like, you need to leave now.
You need to leave.
No, literally.
And then Laura's like, I feel like you should have told me this before I let you in. And Anna is like, oh no, I'm so sad. I feel really bad. And I feel so bad for me.
I'm such a bad person.
She was trying to make herself like the victim. Like, I felt. She was like,
you'll never I hate myself.
Yeah, you'll never
so
understand how bad I feel. And it's like, oh, okay. Whatever. And she's like, Laura says, I'll never forgive you. And Anna's like, yes, you will, because you're a better person than me. And she's like, you're right. I am.
Like,
and I probably will forgive you.
She's like, I hate it, but I will.
Yes. And then Anna sits back down and talks about like us. And Laura's like, there is no us. And I thought it was really bold of her to sit back down. I was like, I'm pretty sure she told you to get out earlier.
She's like, let me take a seat. This is really intense right now.
I was like, really? She's so entitled. And then they're like, what? Laura's like, I know we fell in love, but you're a cowardly bitch. I don't know that she said that, but that's what I wrote. Yeah. And she tells her to leave, and Anna doesn't do it. And then they talk about cowardice and the Bernard thing again. And I was just like, ugh, it's so over. I don't know. I was just annoyed by that whole thing. And then Laura tells Anna she needs to make a decision, like to stay or leave. Like, should I stay or should I go? I don't know if I'm allowed to sing that either. So Anna chooses to leave, and she's like, And so she goes out, and then I was like, she's drunk. Is she going to drive?
It's the next day. Okay, so when you see her open the thing, it's literally the next morning. And I'm guessing she's like sobered up from like revealing this like awful truth.
Okay, I don't know.
But they were drinking like up until the last argument. They were drunk. And I want to say that fight didn't go on for very long. It was very like to the point. Like,
this is dangerous. I don't know. I'm like, don't drink while you're pregnant and don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. We don't endorse really that, guys. No.
And so anyway, she like leaves and then they're both crying. And then Laura is like thinking about it and she's like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, I think she doesn't say it out loud, but basically you can see that she like decides to go chase her.
Yes.
So she like goes and like opens the door to go chase Anna, but Anna's still standing there.
Yeah.
And so I think what we're supposed to get out of this is that they did choose each other and that Anna is gonna not be a coward and she's gonna leave her husband.
Well, because she says yes. Because Laura asked her, she's like, I exposed my soul. Like, are you willing to take the risk? And then Anna says no at first, and that's when she leaves. And then she's like, oh my God. And then she's like, yes, I will.
Yeah. I was just kind of annoyed the whole movie, to be honest, because I just felt like it dragged on a lot.
Yeah. Bernard was like in a lot of the conversations.
Yeah.
It was like all leading back. Like each time they had like a deep conversation, she was just like, I can see us being deep. Like, I can see us, but I can't be with you because you don't want that, you know? And then they both literally said, like, I fell in love with you. I know you fell in love with me. Like, they literally say, like, I fell in love with you. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if we need to, like, talk about this in a different episode because I don't have super strong feelings about it either way, but I just don't really feel like you could fall in love with someone when you just, like, met them for a few hours. Like, I think that you could think they're really awesome and you want to get to know them better and, like, you could think that they're hot and you, like, want to, like, do sex stuff with them. Like, you could have, like, lust for them. But I don't know that you could really fall in love with them. And I know they're trying to be, like, she loves art. So when she saw the poetry, she was, like, in love with whoever wrote the poetry.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems kind of, like, it makes me think of, like, kids. Like, it's, like, fourth grade relationship.
Like,
I
just love you
and
already.
I love you. I'm
They're
in
like,
love.
oh my
and
God.
I'm like, what? So that was weird. We're going to do Munch, Merch, Murder. So the options for this are Anna, Laura, and Luisa, who we never see but we hear about.
We should have done one of the musicians.
Oh my God, I know.
There's two other women in there, but I didn't think about it either.
I thought there were 4 musicians because at one point the 2 looked different than the first 2, but maybe they just had their hair different or they had
and the
mind
makeup. Remember they had the mind makeup.
I don't know. Okay, well, no, I didn't choose those. I chose Anna, Laura, and Luisa.
Honestly.
So, you go first.
Can we murder all of them?
I know. I don't
Okay,
like them.
so I would munch Laura, kill Anna, and then merge with Luisa. Just because, I don't know, I feel like I can't see myself merging with either of the two. You can munch one of them, but I can't merge with you. I'll do Luisa, who we find out is a good friend. She did not show her poems and everything.
True, yeah.
She was a good friend. What about you?
Okay, I was thinking that I would murder Anna.
Yeah.
Sorry, but she was just so self-important. I couldn't with her. I would merge with Laura because I didn't really like her, but then there were parts where I was like, maybe she's
like,
not that
she has
bad. She's just
potential.
going through a really rough time in her life.
Yeah.
And then I would munch Luisa. I hope she's hot because they don't ever show her.
She's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. And then what would you rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 5 cherries?
I get what it was trying to do. Like, I liked the visuals, some of it, just not the musicians. Like, some, like, scenes of them were cool, but obviously it sucked ass, so 1. 1 out of 5 cherries. What about you?
I gave it 1.5.
I was actually going to do 1.5, but then I remembered that part when you were, like, talking back about Anna when she was saying, like, let me tell you everything now. And then she's like starting out with like, remember this man? And I was like, oh, I forgot that she's like, not even like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to tell you something important. She's like, just let me tell you my story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, what the fuck? So
I don't know.
That 0.5 was taken off.
Honestly, I would have given it a 2 if it was a secret incest story. Because that would have been a crazier like twist.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. I really love VC Andrews. I don't know if anyone is of that age, but I've made my my watch. I've made my wife watch all the VC Andrews, like Flowers in the Attic movies, all of that. And she's like, why do you like this? I'm like, I don't know.
Like, it's just
crazy.
interesting.
It's just interesting, but it's always like, oh my God, that ended up being her uncle. What the fuck? I don't know, you guys. It's crazy. I'm weird. So we're gonna take a little break before we go into our last segment. But if you are enjoying But I'm a Lesbian, please head over to our Instagram, TikTok, and or our Patreon. We have a Patreon. It's also But I'm a Lesbian pod. And follow to stay up to date on our newest episodes, our hot takes, and all of our fun social media special extras that we do. Follow at But I'm a Lesbian pod on TikTok, Instagram, and even Facebook. Okay, so for our last little segment, we're starting a new thing. We're going to talk about our current obsessions every once in a while. So mainly because I just wanted a way to fit these things in, but they didn't really fit with the vibe of the pod. So now they do, because they're, you know what? I think I was gonna name it current fixations, but we can workshop it.
I like current obsessions.
Okay, obsessions, fixations, current things we're really into.
Yeah.
So tell me about yours.
I was telling you about it, and then they released that little like article, and it's like the LGBTQ plus Labubus. Like, which ones are they based on the colors? And the lesbian one was so cute, wasn't it? I don't have a Labubu. Oh yeah, that's my obsession right now.
You're like my current obsession, but
Monchichis,
I don't have one.
They're so expensive,
but they're cute.
They're very cute, but I can't justify. The one that I wanted to get in Portland was $35, like this big.
Well, at least it wasn't 60. The ones that Bob was showing me were 60.
It's because this one was a knockoff. Even though I was like,
a Lafufu.
It was a Lafufu.
So cute.
I wanted it so bad. And there was one, oh my God, it looked like bun. And it was like a little bunny, but like cat ears. And I was like, a little like bun cat thing. Like I don't know. Yeah, but I didn't get it just because I was like, I spent a lot of money on stuff. And I have a lot of stuffed animals already that I had to put in storage. And then we have some on like the frame of our bed because I don't know, they have sentimental value. And I just like looking at them being like, yeah, I had you. Like, you know, I had you when I was a kid. So I can't get any more because there's no place to put it. Yeah.
Okay, but I want one because I want to put it on my backpack, my work backpack. But the thing is that I feel like they get dirty really easily.
They would get dirty really easily.
And I would not do a good job of keeping it clean. I know myself,
it'd be like really dingy. But then that would mean that it's like well loved because it goes everywhere with you. So
no, it is cute.
Yeah.
What's your obsession? Well, I am also a little bit obsessed with the Labubus, and I don't want to be because I was like, I don't like that. Well, the first time Angelina asked me about it, I was like, no. I know. And then now they grew on me and they're so cute and I'm obsessing over it. And my TikTok is just full of it because it knows I keep liking things about them. And so it keeps showing them to me. And my wife is like, Caitlin, you're not getting a Labubu. You don't need one. And I'm like, I need one.
When they say you don't need it, I want it more. And then I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm like, can I get, there was this Monchichi like notebook that I wanted to get. I already have like so many notebooks that I was like, I don't think I can fit one like at all. So I was like, I don't need this, but I want it. And I had to like fight it because I was like, I'm not going to use it. It's just going to like be there, you know? So.
Well, mine is not as cute, but it's been around for a long time, but I'm really into it literally specifically right now. I love watching videos. Specifically, I've always liked ASMR videos, but I really like the wax tapping, where they take like a squishy toy and then they put different amounts of layers of wax on it, and then they tap it and they scratch it and then they crush it. I love it.
Oh, is it in that one like machine where they put it in there?
No. I like those too. No, it's like somebody with nice nails.
Oh, and they like go like that?
And then they go, and then they go. And I love to see it crack and then the pieces come off. Mm-hmm. And then I also, same vibe, soap cutting and soap crushing. My favorite are the soap crushing ones where inside of the soap, there's like shaving cream stuff.
So and then it's like, it comes
glitter!
out.
Oh, it's like, I love it. And then the soap cutting is fun too, where they do like, you know, they'll put like I don't know. I'm really bad at cutting things. This is how my wife cuts an onion. So like you do, like you have the bar of soap and then it's like,
oh, like the lines.
Like the lines.
Oh, okay.
And then they like cut it in layers. So it's like all this soap. And I feel like it's really wasteful, but I've told myself that they probably reuse the soap because you can just like melt it and like reuse it. So that's my hope because I was feeling bad
Hopefully
about
they
it.
do.
Anyway, that's my thing. I can watch it for hours. Like I will be on TikTok for hours watching those. So anyway, I hope I gave you a new hobby. So thank you for tuning in to But I'm a Lesbian. We are your go-to for sapphic media reviews, WLW drama, and unfiltered queer hot takes. If you enjoyed this show, please like, share, and subscribe on every platform. Yes, all of them if you can. Leave us a review to help support the queer community and keep this lesbian-led pod thriving.
So make sure to tune in next week. We will be going over the 90s classic, The Incredibly True Adventures of Two Girls in Love, starring a masked Tina Kennard, a.k.a. Baby Dyke, Laurel Hallman.
Yes,
Which she was doing it for me in that movie. I didn't like Tina in the other one, but then the more I saw her, I was like, okay, all right.
She was hot in this, but it's because she wasn't playing Tina. She was playing...
she's playing a completely different character.
Yeah, I was into it. Yeah. I was also, well, we'll talk about it more, but I was very into her aunt. Her sexy butch aunt.
I know. With like the mechanic.
Okay. Yes. I was like, oh. Okay. Anyway. Okay. We will see you next Tuesday. Executive producers for But I'm a Lesbian are Caitlin Beatty and Angelina Herrera. Produced and mixed by Victoria Shiflett. Creative direction and video editing provided by Juanita Iriarte. Music by Stiletto Falsetto.